Hi guys, my name is Sophia, and today we're talking about how you can use ClickUp to manage a law firm. So, we have a great organizational hierarchy structure in ClickUp that's going to help you get started with this process. The first thing that I recommend is actually creating one single space in ClickUp to manage all of your law firm operations. This is going to ensure that all of your workflows remain in one cohesive place. And as we'll see, you can also set up privacy permissions for all of the different items you create in the space. We have two ready-made project templates for law firms that you can actually place within this space as well. So you can see here that I've set these up. I have my case management project and I have my firm management project. The case management project is obviously all about managing your business operations. So you can use your lists to manage the different materials related to any cases that you're working on. So I have a list for evidence, relevant documents, and even testimonies. For my firm management project, this is all about managing the internal business operations side of the law firm. So you can add lists to manage each individual department within your overall firm. Once you actually select a list or even an entire project, you'll see that there are lots of different features you can implement at the task level. So you can add start and due dates for your tasks. You can add priorities to indicate the level of urgency for your tasks. You can also add one or more assignees for a task. And finally, you can add custom fields. So these are actually custom task columns that you can use, for instance, to keep track of billable hours, a checklist column so you can keep track of what's been completed or reviewed in your task list. And then lastly, keep in mind that you can also add custom statuses for your tasks. So these are how you're going to indicate the different phase of your overall workflow that each task is in. Obviously, you might have a lot of sensitive information within all of these projects and lists, and that's why we've implemented extensive privacy and permissions features. So keep in mind that you can make your space private to specific users on your team, but you can also make your projects, lists, and your tasks private. So let's quickly, as an example, practice making a list private in ClickUp. So if I want to make my evidence list private, I just need to click on the ellipses next to that list and navigate to the Share menu. And from here, I can choose if I want to make the list private to specific people on my team. And I can also go to the Permissions menu to set up permissions for each person that does have access to the list. So is this going to be a read-only user for the list? Are they going to be able to just comment in tasks? Are they going to have edit permissions but not the ability to create tasks? Or are they going to have full edit permissions? You can also add a guest to a project list or task. Say you want to share some information with a client that just needs to have a minimal role in your ClickUp team. You can add them as a guest just in this space here and invite them to the item via email. We've talked about setting up start and due dates for your tasks, but keep in mind that you can also set a start and a due date for an entire list. So for example, for my evidence list here, I've actually opened up the list details section by clicking on this banner here. And I can click here to apply a start and a due date for this entire list. So it sets up a milestone and helps me better place all of my task dates within those overall dates I've set for the list that the tasks are in. This becomes really relevant when we come up to our Gantt chart. And Gantt charts are all about visualing your projects, lists, and tasks on a clear timeline where you can actually see your progress in real time. So you'll see here, I'm just viewing the week option on the Gantt chart, but you do have the option to zoom out in different time zones. I can see an entire project, or even just zoom in on certain tasks on the chart. If needed, I can also drag and drop an entire list or project on my Gantt chart to reschedule it. The last feature I want to mention for our legal professionals is the ability to create tasks via email. And this is a super handy feature, obviously, if maybe your client wants to quickly send you a ClickUp task via email, but maybe you don't want them to be too involved in the actual ClickUp team. To do this, you just need to find the list in which you'd like to deposit your emailed task. Click on the ellipses next to that list and navigate to your email instructions. Now all you need to do is copy this address, and that's where you or, say, a client can email a task to. You can include a subject line for the task name in your email. The body of the email will become the task description. You can also add a due date in the subject of the email for the task. And then keep in mind that all email attachments will be attached to the task that you create. So those are some beginning tips on getting started with ClickUp. But if you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to us at help@clickup.com.